I'm LeAnn.
Hello, I'm Jeannie.
And we're the Loose Thread Stitchers. And today is Thursday, March 7th, right on time again. This is floss tube number 25. Do we want to do the updates first or the giveaway?
We can do the updates.
Okay, what are our updates?
Really none.
It's been very, very warm here. The geese and I just saw swans too. We have no snow.
Well, no. Very, very warm is 40s and 50s for this time of the year, man.
Yeah, for us. But we broke several days. She was in Florida, but we broke several days of heat. We had 60s and 70s. We had a day of 72 or 70.
Did it get up? I know the cities had it, but yeah. we didn't. We didn't get into the 70s that's on Sunday.
And we were in 60s while she was gone. That Monday she was gone, we were 62, I think. We went to lunch without a jacket or anything on.
Oh my gosh.
In March, well, yeah, in March. I don't know, it's kind of interesting. It's weird, but
I know, but then we came home last Wednesday on the 28th and it was single digits.
Yeah, we're kind of doing this real fast. It goes up and down, up and down. I mean, so overnight we can drop 40.
I mean, from here we can see snow.
Yep, there's some over there by the trees.
Yeah, so it isn't, you know, it's not, you can't plant yet.
No, I have no snow anywhere at my house. So it's really nice. I like it. I know a lot, you know, you're going to get everybody from hating it to liking it to no snowmobiling, and I get that.
Well, the golf courses are opening.
But last winter, spring, we had like a day of spring. So I think this spring we're going to get like a double spring. I hope. That would be nice.
I hope we don't have an early summer. But
I don't want an early summer, no.
Anyway, when I was down in Florida, you know, got to 80, I was like, oh my God, give me snow.
No, it's been really nice. I mean, every day. It's windy, but that's well, what's it called? I'll think of it. It's the jet stream. Yeah. That's why it gets windy, because when it starts changing, that's when we get a lot of wind. Okay, so we'll go on to winners. We are very happy. We picked 2 winners. The random comment picker picked them. So the person to win my turtle bag, this is my turtle bag. Drum roll.
It's a turtle bag because there's a turtle charm on it.
Yes, it is. And the winner is Julie McLean, 679. This is her. So congratulations, Julie. And if you would, this is my email.
It's also in the drop-down box.
Yeah, it'll be in the description box. So you can send your address, you know, to me.
Mailing address.
Yeah, and I'll get it out to you. And then Jeannie's going to show one too, and you put it in my email also.
Okay, and this is
because flamingo.
Of the charm. It's the flamingo bag.
Yep.
And that goes to,
Nanking 924.
4954.
Oh, 4954.
Yes. So again, if you could email LeAnn at
lmrodmyre@gmail.com. There it is again. Okay, and it'll be in the description box. So if we could get your addresses, we'll get these mailed out to you, and congratulations.
And thank everybody for the comments.
Comments were wonderful. We had a lot of comments, and we got new subscribers too, so thank you, thank you, thank you. That's very nice. Did you want to talk about your trip, or? I don't know why you put those there.
I'm getting ready for.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we'll move on to fully finishes. I have no finishes or fully finishes. I have whips. Don't give me that look.
I didn't. I wasn't looking at you.
No, you weren't. But you talk about your husband dropping his shoulders. She drops her shoulders and shakes her head.
I don't know if anybody remembers. LeAnn remembers. I had kind of asked her to pick up the slack while I was gone.
Right, but this is her second time going. The woman doesn't need anybody picking up her slack because she doesn't have slack. Okay.
All right, so for finishes.
And we'll show you, and momentarily you will find out she needed no slack picked up.
Well, first of all, I did, what is that called? Full coverage, when everything is stitched.
That's full coverage.
Full coverage. Okay, I got a kit, Priscilla kit, when we were at Lindsay Madison. So I finished it. Okay, here she is. And it was complete. You know, it had the floss, the frame. So that was the first. I did that before we went. Then when we were down in Florida, my son had to work a couple days, and my husband went to work with him. So I was home with the dogs and my stitching. And, you know, dogs and I would go for walks, or I'd go for a walk by myself, and then I do some stitching. So what I did, I don't know what I did first. This is the Round Red Sampler by Heart in Hand. Okay. So here she is.
That's really pretty.
This is in a cover to a candle. You know, you get the jar candles, like the 3-wick candles, and they have lids on them.
Yep.
So we saved them. I think it's Stacy, the 911 stitcher. She had given that little tidbit one time. Okay, and then I brought smalls down because I thought they would be easier to stitch.
Squeeze the day.
So squeeze the day. So then I made it into this pin keep, and I had this bee fabric laying on top, and I thought, oh, that works with lemons and limes. So, and then Carriage House Sampling, Fawn and Friend. And this is, this is on just 14 count white Ada. The round sampler was on Forbidden Fiber Co. 16 count tumbleweed with 115 DMC. And then this Fawn and Friend was on 18 count beige Ada. And here they are. Oh, cute. So, and then here is Twirl. This is an October House Fiber Arts free. I think Mary had given me this.
Oh.
Just thought it was really, really fun. So here, and this is on 18 count Ada.
The buttons.
With buttons.
With buttons.
Okay. Then while we were down in Florida, we went up to Tampa to Yankee Stadium, George M. Steinbrenner Stadium, and the Twins, Minnesota Twins, played there. And then the next day we went down to Lee Health Stadium, where the Twins, their home stadium. So I got a couple hat pins and made them into needle minders.
Oh.
I got the Yankees spring training and the Twins.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah. And that's it for my...
Yeah, that's all she did because she was in Florida for a week.
But then I had a problem because I ran out of things to do. I had to order a kit from Amazon. He has an Amazon distribution center not too far, and it was next day delivery.
And so you asked me to pick up the slack, and she's got to order another pattern when she's down there because she ran out of things to do.
You know, and Caroline from Evertote was saying that when she went to visit her daughter, she packed 5 projects, but she only got to a couple of them. Well, then I also, I forgot this one. This ugly sweater. I just threw this in for a backup.
Yeah, and she finished it and still needed to order more.
And this kit comes with the backing and everything. So this one, though, I did with 4 strands of DMC because I didn't want the board to show through.
Sure.
So, but yeah.
It made it through the holes, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. That's
good.
Okay.
Okay. Now you're on to finishes.
Do you have any?
No, I said I don't have any FFOs or finishes. I just have whips.
We're going to have to send her on vacation.
No.
Okay, so I started for my whip go this month. It's A Year of Celebration Season 2 by Hands On Design. And I'm doing this on 16 count amber Ada. So I did March.
Oh,
with all the call for colors.
Yeah, shamrocks.
And then my other Whipco was Chicken Club. So I did Beatrice. Oh, and this is on 16 count Seraphim Fabrics, Mayday Subtle.
Yeah, subtle.
And there's Beatrice.
There's Beatrice. So what did you order from Amazon to work on when you were down there?
Well, that's coming up in my whips.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you didn't finish that. You sloughed off, or you?
Well, but then it was, I mean, we were coming home. Okay.
Yeah, what a slough off.
So then I did Hank.
Oh, Hank. You were working on him Saturday night, weren't you?
Yes.
Yep.
And I had started him before. So I finished up Hank, and this is,
It's cute that they each have a baby chick either following them or in front of them.
Yeah.
Or somewhere around them.
I think I've gotten 4 done now.
Do you know what, I mean, you're going to do them all separate?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And put them in a bowl or something?
Or on my Minnesota cupboard down in the kitchen there.
Yep.
Then I did Ink Circles, Reindeer Games, The Huddle. Can you see the reindeer?
Yeah, they have antlers. Yep.
I didn't put, there's 8 of them. I didn't put a nose on them. And this is done on 18 count white petty point Ada from Witchell. This is what I did my dancer on last month. So I had a piece of it left. So there is Reindeer Games. I just think it's kind of fun.
It is.
Different.
And why didn't you put noses on?
Well, one of them was supposed to have a red nose, a red bead.
Oh, okay.
Well, because Rudolph's number 9.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, there's 8 reindeers. This is before he came in, before Montgomery Ward's brought him in. Yeah.
These are your rules.
What only stands to reason, doesn't it?
Sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Those are my finishes.
Okay.
Do you have whips?
I do
have whips.
I told you I had whips. I said I have whips. So I have whips. I've been working on this. Welcome, Quaker. And last time I was up to, I just had a few little pieces of the tree. So now I have that whole side done.
So the whole top row is?
The whole top row is done. But I'm not going to, I mean, I am going to do the whole thing, but I'm not going to do all the letters together because they're all this onyx color. And this is onyx. Everything is onyx in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of go like this for the rest of it. So I
But that's just going to be how you're stitching it the way it is charted.
Correct.
But you're not going to go.
I'm not going to go across and do like declare this the second and this the third. I'm going to kind of work like kind of do this and then come over.
So you can refresh your palette.
Yeah, so I have different colors. So I'm not just working on this. It's sort of a blackish brown is what I call it.
I like one color.
You do, and I don't. I get bored. If you think about it, all my quilts are scrappy. I don't really have like one color quilt in my house. I just don't. And I think that's why, is I think I would get bored. So this is on Old Massachusetts 40 count Anything else you need to know? No. And it's with all the colors, except for I did change out the pink. This, you know, if you look at, see, Jeannie would have kept the pink. The house is pink. This is pink. It's called grapefruit. No. I did red. I switched everything to red. So the house is red instead of pink. Okay, number 1 whip. Number 2 whip coming up is, oh, this is the Smith sampler. I had started this during, when I first got back into it, I started this during that mania thing that I tried to do, and I only lasted a couple days. I love this sampler. This sampler is really interesting to me.
What's the stitch along for? Isn't there that?
There is a stitch along for this. Olivia's, is she doing it? Olivia from
I've seen that on quite a few.
Yeah, and what I did, I call these teepees. I don't know what they are, but on the border they're teepees. And I had 2 teepees done, this and 1 teepee. So I've done all that rest, and I'm working on this one. I love this one.
Swans are back around here.
Yeah. I just saw them coming to your house, but I worked on this quite a bit. This is interesting because to me, there's no, how do I say this? There's no rounded edges on anything. There's no softening of any of the flowers, of anything. Everything is very pointy, this reminds me sort of Aztec-y sort of a design. Even I call them with the teepees, and you know, look at that tree with the flowers. I mean, it just kind of reminds me of pyramids, and
yeah,
I call it an Aztec design. And what's really interesting is there are several mistakes in this thing. I mean, if I was, I want to know how old this person was. She says there's little known about this reproduction sampler. It's very interesting because this tree is 1 stitch away from this green block where the swan is, but yet this tree goes over on top of the block. I mean, and there's several things like that where she's off a stitch, 2 stitches, 3 stitches. This middle, if anybody's doing this middle teepee is bigger than all the rest of them. So if you're just whipping along thinking you're doing everything right. Colorado Stitcher talked about that too, where she just kept going and her ends didn't meet, and it's that middle teepee is different. She made, I would call them mistakes. I don't know what you'd call them. I'd really like to meet this person because...
Kind of keeps you on your toes though.
Oh, it does, and that's fine. I don't have any problem with that, but it's funny how everything is not... Even though she's got the thing here and the same thing here, this tree here and this tree here, they're not lined up the same. It's interesting. I'd love to meet this lady. Girl, find out what the heck are you thinking. But it's very, yeah, nothing is rounded or softened like some of the samplers. So it is. This one is extremely, it kind of keeps me stitching too to find out, okay, what'd she do now? You know, to figure out, because yeah, everything is the same on each side, but they don't line up the same.
Are you doing the call for colors?
Yes, I am. And it's all silks. I love them. And I was even thinking, you know, this white, it's called oatmeal. It's Dinky Dyes and Classic Colorworks Belsois. It's very soft. This white is not white. It's called Oatmeal Scone. And it covers really nice and it looks really nice. And I was thinking I might get white and use it for white instead of the DMC whenever DMC calls. Because this is a little thicker.
That'd be more ecru though.
This
white.
Is, yeah. But there is a white.
I've stitched with that before.
Right. It's called Icicles. There's some other whites too. But this is, it covers really nice. It looks really nice when you make your X's. So I might skip the DMC white from now on and just use this because it really does lay nice. And it is a little thicker. It has really good coverage. I mean, there's the swan. And it is. It's really nice. Your X's don't look goofy using the white. This one kind of intrigues me. I would really love to go back in time and meet this person, girl. adult, whoever did this, because I'd like to know what they were thinking. I think about all the time when I'm stitching on it, and I think that's why I like it. And my last whip is, this is supposed to be, it took me a long time to decide what small to do. And I love this one. This one is really pretty. It's called Remember Me Pin Keep. And I was in her club for a year. And I didn't take it out of the hoop, so, but this is as far as I am on it.
Called for.
Yep, it's all called for. It's all DMC. It seems like it goes fast, but it has a lot of fill-in, so it takes longer than you think. And it's pretty long, too. So, but that's my whips. That's what I've been doing. There you go, kiddo. Whips.
Okay, so then, here again, season 2 a year celebrations. I am doing the April. So I'm getting this one kind of almost done too. I'll finish this one up now for my Whipco. That's on the same Witchell 16 count Ada. And then on Leap Day, I wasn't going to do what everyone else was doing with the BAP sampler or whatever. I pulled out my Sunflower Symphony by Carol Manning.
Wow, look at those oranges and golds. Wow, browns.
And she was at Welcome Stitchery's 24 hours last summer. I don't know when we were down there, but she had like a trunk show, and then she had a little pop-up store. And with the charts, she also had some printed Ada. So I got this piece here for her. And I think the greens and the golds are just...
Yeah, those are really pretty.
So that was my one day of stitching, so I got to get back to that now.
Did you want to show me your threads on the back?
Oh, it's just...
Yeah, but look at them.
I haven't got them all. I got
okay.
Several skeins. I didn't know how much it was going to take. And
yeah, look at them. It's all really nice. Oh, and she's got a little sunflower pinky.
Well, you made that for me.
Oh,
it's nicer yet. Yeah, there are the...
Yeah, the threads are really pretty.
Yeah. So...
And they match nicely with the bag. There's her bag. It all coordinates.
Of course. I mean, you got the bags.
You could say, if everything coordinates and everything matches, then you won't have any frogging. Everything will go along smoothly because everything is all just coordinated and nice.
Those are cross-stitch rules?
Mine.
Oh. And does it work?
I don't know. I'm hopeful.
Okay, so then in my green bag, I have my St. Patrick's Day. I got this down at the Witchery Witchery.
Just now when we went?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So I was going to...
part of your haul.
Yes, but it's also a start. I was going to take this to Florida, and I did it on the Fabrico 16 count Ada, printed Ada. But there was a lot, big chart and a lot of changing. But I'm doing it with Color and Cotton Evergreen and Roxy Flasco, Forbidden Fiber Company Irish Isle is my 2 greens.
Apple. No, you're right, Isle. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
that was me. I'm looking at it from over here. So
yeah, so that's kind of fun to do that one. Oh, and all right. So then what I ordered from Amazon is a dimensions kit. Okay. It's this Christmas sayings, and it came with Ada and all the floss, and then it even had the felt for backing.
Yep.
So I started that. It's going to be Silent Night.
Oh, okay.
But what I got to put these flosses on floss straws because, I mean, they're like that long. And then once you pull a piece out, if you have any left, what do you do?
Yep.
So I'm going to re-kit this up. I'll use the floss, but I'm just going to make it more manageable.
Right.
And it's nicely labeled and everything.
Right. Yep.
So, but this was a desperation. Well, it was, okay, my son is on a schedule, like, during the week when he goes to work. He gets up with his dogs about 4:30 in the morning, takes them for a walk. Then he goes to the gym for an hour, hour and a half. Then he comes home and walks the dogs again, and then he goes to work. So he goes to bed 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. So then, and my husband was tired out, and so they went, so I was stitching with Floss Tube. Mm-hmm. So another thing I wanted to tell you, when we were down in Florida, before we went, my son had called up and said, hey, you want to do a 5K with me? And at first my husband just laughed and said, yeah, right. But I said, sure. Well, he was doing it. He puts on this weighted vest, and he had 35 to 40 pounds on. So that brought his speed down to what I could maintain. So we did. It was fun. We did a 5K, and it was to benefit the local middle school. We went into this one park, and it was a beautiful park. We saw there was a turtle in the water, and yeah.
You didn't send me a picture.
Well, we were walking. We didn't stop for pictures.
For a turtle, you should stop.
Flamingo, yes. But we were timed. And we had goals.
I see, okay.
I didn't want to be the last one in. And I wasn't. I finished in the top 10 for my age.
Oh, that's good for your age. There it is again. There's that, well, it's our age, yeah.
They had it all broken down. So, yeah, so that was kind of fun. So that's it for me for whips.
Okay, so now we have haul for cross stitch. So,
haul for cross stitch.
Do we want to talk about our trip?
If you remember, in LeAnn, you gotta come on in here.
Oh,
you're and the floor is even. It's not. Yeah. So we went on the birthday trip.
Yeah, we went on Julie's birthday and my birthday trip, and it was a 3-day trip. The first place we stopped at was the woolen shop. That I wasn't impressed with.
Probably won't go back.
No, it was really old in there, and you bought something and Julie bought something, I think, right? I don't remember.
I didn't buy, no.
Oh, okay. Then we went to Bolts of Fun, which is a quilt store. I'm just going to tell you where we all went, and then we'll go from there. Then we went to Pine Hollow, and that's in Stanley, Minnesota, or Wisconsin, and it's kind of run by the Mennonites, and they have a lot of fabric there, and the fabric's pretty reasonable. It can be anywhere from $7 a bolt up to normal prices. It just depends, but that's a pretty nice, they have a lot of fabric. Then we went to the Needle and Quilt Workshop, which half of the shop is cross stitch and half of the shop is...
Oh, that's the one in Wausau.
Yeah, in Wausau. Half of her shop is cross stitch, the other half is fabric. And that was nice. Then we went to the Quilted Rooster, and that was in Tomah, Wisconsin.
Was that the one that was closed?
Or moved? Was any of them closed? I thought one was just moved.
Okay, I thought the one in Tomah was closed.
Oh, that was the Quilted Rooster then. Then went to Quintessential Quilts. So was she the one with the airplane? Oh, okay. And then we went to Country Sampler, which she has both. She has cross stitch and fabric. Then went to Lindsay Madison, and she has cross stitch. Then went to JJ Stitches, and then she has all fabric. Oh, that's a nice store.
All LeAnn's comfort zone.
Oh my gosh, you just walk in the door and you just stand there and breathe. Oh, it's so nice. And then we went to Witchery Stitchery, which is cross stitch. Then went to the Quilted Willow, which is fabric. And then we went to the Cotton Thimble, which is fabric. And the Cotton Thimble, if you are looking for any old fabric, thimbleberries, she had tons of dark modas, lots of batiks. I mean, she had lots of fabric, and a lot of the fabric, I mean, she had thimbleberries fabric. And she had thimbleberries patterns. A lot of it, not just little scraps or anything. That was an interesting...
That's the one that took only cash or checks.
Yeah, she only takes cash or checks. She won't do cards. That was our last stop before we headed home.
We've been there before.
Yes, we have. On one of our, I'm coming home from Texas or something.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll do cross stitch haul, and I can't tell you which store I got what at, so unless it's labeled.
I can't either.
Yeah. So this I know I got this at Country Sampler, and it's Dames of the Needle, and it's called Ida Neal's Cherries. It's kind of a winey looking red. And it's that thin chenille. I really like that thin chenille. And this is called Sweeney Red. If I hold them both up, you can kind of see one is brighter, redder than the other one. And then I got this olive thicker chenille. And then she had another one of these little patterns, and this is called Strawberry Liberty. And you get everything in it, and it's just a little thing. I thought it was really cute. This is Legacy by Picture This Plus 32 count. I don't remember where I got that. I got Warm Winter Wishes. I got Snowflake Spool.
That's cute.
Yeah, I thought that was cute. This I got from Stitchery Nook. That wasn't on our trip. I just ordered it Hello Spring. So this will be maybe be the next small I do, because I really like that one. I got His Eye on the Sparrow. And I got Consider the Lilies. And I got Alphabet Pin Pillow by Dames of the Needle. If I hold it closer, can you see it there? You can see it. And this is, I had Chubby Bird, and this is Chubby Bunny. And then I have a bunch of these. This is Garden Friends. I guess that's the name of this one. I have a bunch of these different ones for Christmas, Halloween. And this is John and Abigail from Plum Street Samplers. This is Once Upon a Summer Housewife, and I won't make it into a housewife. I would frame that. She had that sample there. It was beautiful. And then she did a fabric. No, not that one. Sorry, forget it. Okay. And this is The Winter Is Past by Blackbird. And this is Mary Barr Sampler, and if you see the real one, Carol Salpot Stitcher has this behind her when she's talking. And it's funny because the sample at Country Sampler, they went out and got it. It was in the back. It wasn't out anymore. So the lady brought it to me to show. And they didn't have this sheep in. This one was gone. I think they're sheep. She didn't know why it wasn't in. So it's funny when you look at this and you look at the sampler. It's like night and day. This looks like nothing to me. It's beautiful. I took a picture of it. Yeah. And this was at Stitchery Witchery, and it was in her glass case. And it's by Drawn Thread, and it's the Autumn Garden. And she did a whole conversion on it from DMC. She did it in the dyed, Gentle Arts. And
overdyed.
Yeah, overdyed. It was gorgeous. So she gave me her conversion. So I'm going to do it with the conversion. So she was really nice to do that. That was my cross stitch haul. Not too bad.
Okay. Quintessential Quilts, when we stopped there, we each got one of these Twiggies.
Oh, yeah.
And it is a scissors. And it says it's TSA approved. And I had this on my carry-on when we flew to Florida. So yes, it is TSA approved. Okay, so I got Heart in Hand, Thankful, Doodles Thanksgiving.
Well, one's on the back cute, too.
Yeah. Then I got Hummingbird Sampler by Heart in Hand. Do you have the Bluebird one?
I do. I have a red one, too.
Then I got So Tweet by Luminous Fiber Art.
That's cute.
And I got the big little chicken pin keep. This is kind of the mattress finish.
Oh, yeah, I see it on the side, yep.
And then I've seen, I don't know whose floss tube I saw this on, but really liked it. So Cupid Sampler with a needle and thread. All through the night, so happy.
That one's cute.
Isn't he cute?
Yeah, he's very cute with the thimble on his head.
Yeah. Then this one here, this Prairie Schooler American Strawberries, I thought was just...
Wow.
And this is a full coverage, too. Each strawberry is full coverage, but isn't that...
Yeah, that's really pretty.
Yeah. Then LeAnn That I Love, it's Threadwork Primitives. And pheasants and...
Slews?
I don't know. But...
S-L-O-E-S.
Yeah. But we have pheasants around the area, and when we first were coming over here to start to build, we would hear them in the spring. So I just named one Earl. So here I can stitch Earl now. Then this is another Threadwork Primitives. Didn't work this year, but Let It Snow. I don't know. I'm getting kind of a stockpile on my snow day stitches. I don't know what.
You'll either have to stitch them or wait till next winter and see what happens.
Pins and Needle, the Prairie Schooler.
Yeah, I have that one. That one was re-released.
There's a scissor case.
Mm-hmm.
Then this is Luminous Fiber Arts.
Yep, I have that one. Thankful. A turkey something.
Turkey's Thanks. My Dear Hearts by Blackbird Design. I'm going to do this one, and I'm going to put my mother's name in there. And then there's other initials, so I can put my 3 siblings and myself in there and just kind of make it a tribute to Mom.
Mm-hmm.
Then Over the River and Through the Woods by Little House Needleworks. See, now our grandkids live over the river, so to come to Grandma's house,
they have to go over the river.
Yeah. And then this one here, Erin Elizabeth Design. This was just, and I was so waiting for it to snow in the last 2 weeks, and it didn't work. It's called Snowman Stitch. But do you want to stitch a snowman? And then I found Fox and Rabbit 18 count Ada Saltbush. This was just, I don't know. I've never had a Fox and Rabbit before.
Oh, well, it'll be interesting for you to stitch on it.
Yes. Maybe I'll do that on my snowman.
Yeah, you could. It matches pretty good.
But I'm going to have to redefine my snow day stitches.
Well, you could do rain day stitches.
I could just stitch when I want.
Right. That's, what do they say? Your rules, your cross stitch?
Yep. And then I was watching Caroline at Evertote, and she was talking about this one, Isabel's Heart. So I ordered the complete kit. It's a modern folk embroidery. And I've got the Roxy Flosco and the fabric in the back. And then I thought, okay, I'll just go through their website. And they had the Flamingo Duo.
Oh, oh, pretty colors.
So then I've got
Look at the colors, yeah.
Roxy Flosco floss to go with it.
Nice colors. For you.
Oh, okay, I was going to say.
No, not for me, for you. I was going to say right up your alley. And those are flamingo colors, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was my haul for cross-stitching.
Okay. So at this point, this is all the cross-stitch we have. So we're going to move on to quilting and turtle tidbits. So if you're leaving us, have a good day. Have fun stitching, and we'll see you next month.
Like and subscribe?
Yeah, that would be great. We got a lot of subscribers from our giveaway. So we'll do another giveaway maybe at our next 1,000 or something. Where we were talking about it. We'll come up with something. Don't worry about us. Okay, for turtle tidbits, I was going to talk about turtle eggs. Because when the turtles lay their eggs. They lay them in, you know, they dig a flask hole and they lay their eggs and bury them and walk away. Now this turtle tidbit is either going to work really good or be a really total flop. Now I took a picture of this. I don't know if it's going to be a good picture. I could probably put it on my phone too.
It doesn't help much, does it?
No, and it didn't print off very good. But there's 5. These are actually my tortoise eggs. My star tortoise eggs, Indian star tortoises. She laid 6 eggs. This egg didn't chalk over. What happens is when they lay their eggs, they're sort of a peachy color, fleshy color, and they're a little bit leathery, and then they harden up, and what they do is they chalk over. So they turn white. They kind of start with a little circle on the top that turns white, and then it spreads like a band over the egg, and then that band widens, and if you get the chalking and stuff, you know you've got a fertile egg. Okay, so these 5 eggs are fertile. They were hatched on December 16th. These guys can go up to 100.
They were laid.
Laid, not hatched. Sorry, laid. And they can take up to 100 days to hatch. So we're coming up on 90 days here. And they can start hatching as early as 90 days. But the one thing I wanted to show you, if you can see this egg right here, it has a piece of paper towel over it. And what happened is when the turtles lay their eggs, they always they're always digging their hole with their back legs. When they start a hole, they start with their front legs and test it. Then they move forward and they do all the rest of the digging with their back legs. Well, when they're laying their eggs, they use their back legs to move them around in the hole so they can keep more room for more eggs. Well, sometimes when they do that, they accidentally kind of crack them or step on them or smush them. I mean, some are so bad that you can't do anything about it. But this one, it cracked, and it's kind of like if you think about your chicken egg, you know, she cracked the shell, but the membrane, that thin inside was still intact. So then I looked up, and they said put a piece of paper towel over it, and then use liquid Band-Aid from Walmart. So I went and got liquid Band-Aid, and you really soak that paper towel and lay it on top. And by golly, that egg is fertile. There is a little turtle in there. And when I say what's going to happen here is I'm going to put a video I took on my phone. You can what they call candle the eggs. What you do is you put a little flashlight over the egg, and you do it at night when it's dark. And you can see that tiny little turtle in there moving around.
Kind of like an ultrasound.
Kind of like an ultrasound, and they're actually, you know, they're in liquid, so they kind of look like they're kind of swimming. And you'll be able to see the red veins in the leg because this placenta attaches. Turtles usually attach to the upper side or actually to the top of the egg. That's why you can't move them. If you pick them up... You can't rotate. Rotate. If you pick them up and rotate them, you've killed them. They're dead. Everything stops. You can instantly see the blood vessels go away. Everything, it just dies. It instantly dies. So you'll see from my candling, you'll be able to see that little thing move, and you'll be able to see the blood vessels might be a little blurry, but you'll be able to see them in there. And that is what's keeping, I mean, that whole egg is encased with life. I mean, that's life. If something happens to that egg, if it gets too dry outside, they shrivel up and they die. If it gets too wet in the ground, they drown because they're a living thing. But I'm going to show you the video I took on my phone, and I'll put it here. It's about a minute long, and like I say, it's either going to be, you'll see it or you won't. I'm hoping you'll see it because I think I know how to get it in here. So I'm going to try really hard because it is absolutely the most fascinating thing you've ever seen, that this little turtle is in there, and it's all up to whatever for it.
So for those 100 so days, that's their nourishment. Everything. Because
there's a yolk in there. When they actually hatch, and I can take a picture of that, they'll have a little, their belly is the last thing to close. So there'll be this yellow yolk, just like the yellow of a chicken egg, kind of sticking out of them. And over the days, once they hatch, they kind of sit in their egg, and they're breathing air now. They've cracked open the egg, and you'll see their head and stuff. And they'll sit there in that egg until that yolk gets absorbed inside. And that's food for them, that yolk is. And then their belly will totally seal up. And then once their belly is totally sealed up, they're ready for life. I mean, they're ready
and to ingest food.
Ingest food, but usually that yolk holds them because baby turtles, it might take them a few days to get to water. So that yolk that has been absorbed will feed them. That's food for them inside their body for up to like 2 weeks.
So are they, if they're in the wild or wherever,
Yep.
are they still underground?
Yes. They're underground. There's something that tells one of the turtles, okay, we're all hatched, we're going.
So the top turtle has to move.
One turtle, whatever turtle it is, probably, I'm guessing, I mean, I don't know. I would guess the first one. The first one, they wait. And even though they can hatch or develop later, they somehow catch up. Even though maybe 2 or 3 of the eggs were smaller and they were slower at starting to develop, towards the end, they catch up. So all of these turtles will hatch within a day of each other or 2 days. And one turtle will decide, okay, it's time to go. So he starts digging up to get up to the top, and then they all follow him. And the one thing is, once they get out, they don't go in a straight line. They all scatter. And the reason they do that is for nature is taking care of them, saying, if you go in a straight line, you run into a skunk, guess what? Skunk's going to eat them all. You know, so they separate and go their own ways, and they have a radar in them for water, and they're heading for water. So hopefully, you know, say you have 10 eggs that hatch and the turtles all go, hopefully at least 1 or 2 of those will make it to water. You just never know. And these are tortoises, so they do the same thing. They'll hatch out of the ground and just start their life. They don't go for water because tortoises aren't in water.
So these are eggs that were hatched at your home.
They were laid at my home.
Laid at your home. And you have them in a tray with...
They're in a tray with perlite, and then it's called hatchite. And what it is it's perlite, and then those moisture beads that you can buy to retain water in your plants. It's kind of a clear gel is mixed in here with it to hold water. Now with tortoise eggs, you have to keep these eggs a little drier between, that's what this is. This is a hygrometer, and that tells me what the moisture is inside of this. This is a plastic cookie. You get a dozen cookies at the grocery store in those clear plastic things. That's what this is. I just have the hood open. And then I have a hole punched on each side, on the sides, just for air circulation for the eggs. But these...
In an incubator?
In an incubator, yes. And the incubator is set, these are set at 90 degrees because I want to see if I can get females. I'll never know, but we'll see. There's certain temperatures you can set it at where you'll get both, and that's usually what I do, but every time I've done that, I've gotten males. So I upped it a little. You can't get too high or you'll cook them. So you got to be really careful about your temperature. But these I'm hoping would maybe turn out to be more female than male. I don't know. I won't have them that long, so I don't know. But these will, what was I going to say? I forgot. Anyway, these will be hatching soon. And when they hatch, I'll show them to you, the babies. And then she laid, 30 days later, she laid another 3. So I have 3 more and another, they were right next to this. You can't see it there. But I'm really curious about the one that I put the Band-Aid on. But it's in there. You can see it swimming, so it's alive. So what I researched, it seems to be working.
You haven't candled them lately?
Yeah, I have. I candled them. They're so big now you can't...
That's what I was wondering if they're still...
It's all dark in there now, because see, they're so big. But I did get a video, and I hope, God, I hope you can see it, because it's fascinating that these things are living in there, and they're all on their own in that egg. It just blows my mind. It's pretty cool. So we'll see. Hopefully in the next, well, within the next month for sure. Within the next 3-4 weeks, they should be hatching.
Hopefully by the next video.
And my other turtles that you see behind me, they're all awake. They're all eating. They're all out of their brumation. They're actively swimming around. The males are doing their little dance in front of the females, getting ready to mate with them. They're letting them know they're interested. Are you? They always put their things like this to the female, and they're rubbing the female's cheeks, and that's kind of their mating dance. Jeannie doesn't like this.
Well, no, I'm just thinking how many headaches those females have.
But I mean, it's animals and it's the season. They
Yep.
got to do it in the season.
The coyotes out here have been howling.
Yeah, yeah. So
yeah.
And I heard the owls. I mean, I think the owls already have eggs. I think, and squirrels have already mated. So,
but the deer have just lost
their
one
antlers?
of the. Yeah, we got a picture of one. Up until, well, one still has his antlers, and the other one you can see the holes where the antlers were.
Oh.
So we're going to go shed hunting this weekend.
See if you can find them, huh? That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we'll move on to quilting. Jeannie has a fully finished one right here with shamrocks.
Yeah, so these are just 1-inch squares and half squares, and then put into the shamrock shape, and then I think it's 6 by 8.
Oh, cute back.
So, yeah, that was my fully finished. And then I've got my little square done that I don't know if I had that fully finished last time or not. That was from Club. And then next to it is my finished. It's a 3-yard quilt with the Minnesota Shop Hop fabric from last year.
Yeah, you showed that little one.
Okay, fully finished.
There.
Okay.
That's really weird. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so those are my fully finishes and finish.
Okay. So
Now you have a whip, don't you?
I do have a little whip. We got this pattern at JJ Stitches. It's called the Pattern Basket by Margot. Don't know her last name, but that's what it looks like. And I was really intrigued because it was really pretty. They had it hanging over a chair. So I made one out of Civil War, and this is the block. It's an 8-inch block when you're done. But it's really cool because it has this goofy stripe. And then you just do a 1-inch square up here and fold it over just to get that angle for the basket. They were fun to make. It's interesting how she puts this block together. It's kind of fascinating. And I thought, you know, you could cut... You have 2 fabrics, so you could do an alternate basket with a red basket with this in this as the stripe. Because since you're cutting 2 strips, you might as well use up the strips, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't have a... I mean, how big are you going to do that?
I don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't know.
That was just your test block?
Yeah, and I thought maybe I'll make some, and then I have a railing that right next to the stairs going down the basement, and there's a quilt hanging there. It's been hanging there for a long time. I thought maybe I could make this big enough to hang there.
Would you have it so that when it hangs over, the baskets would be upright on both sides?
Oh, now you're making me think. I suppose I could. You'd have them going one way and then the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't be hard to do. You just sew them that way.
Right.
Yeah, I could do that. That would be true.
I mean, because you don't like things upside down.
I don't. That would bother me.
And everything would
right.
fall out of your baskets when they're upside down.
And we thought, too, there's enough room here where you could either quilt like a flower in there, or you could do a little wool flower, or you could put, I don't know, anything in there. A bee, a hummingbird, anything. And it's big enough. You could stick something in there.
Mm-hmm.
You could, when you're quilting, you could quilt the flower, you know, just as part of your quilting pattern. I don't know. We'll see what those turn out to be, but that was fun. That's all I have for...
What's the hexie?
Well, these are fabrics.
Oh.
So on our, if we're going to go into haul, which you don't have any whips, right?
Correct.
Okay. So I showed these last, these are my hexies, and I have 13 left to do. I had 14 left to do last time, so now I have 13. But I just want to show you these because there's 3 colors here. This is what they call the trail throughout the whole quilt. So this is on every one of these. It's the trail. But there's 3 different colors you have in each one of these. So on our trip at JJ Stitches, I bought some fabric to do the 3s.
She took up the whole counter, laying out her sets.
Well, I did to take a picture for 30 seconds. But these are the 3 that I bought for one of them. There's those 3. And then I have these 3 together for one. And then I have these 3 for one. And it just depended. As I was cutting them out, I just decided which one was going to be the middle, which one was going to be the
Oh, that's
outside.
how they're laid out now?
No.
Oh.
No, I didn't. I don't remember at home how I laid them. I mean, I would have had to bring them with. Because, you know, the middle is only one little piece out of it. So
have you got them already cut?
Yeah, they're already cut.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I cut off the pieces already.
So this is what you have left over for your next quilt.
Oh, yeah, I just throw these in my Civil War pile or whatever. These are, there's these.
But now in quilting, you don't mind like watermelon color or anything.
Well,
you
no,
can
and
do
I think
little...
I use this for the middle, if I remember right. I use this one for the middle, and I think I cut that out. And then there's this. She rips. When you go there, she rips your yardage. She doesn't rip fat quarters. Her fat quarters are all pre-done. But when you buy yardage, she rips them. She doesn't cut them. So when you're walking around, you hear this ripping, and you think, what? Oh, no. But she does that so you get it on grain when you're buying it. And then at Country Sampler, I found Bluebells. This was gorgeous. This was absolutely gorgeous. And then, so I got the kit, and here's all the blues that go with it. It was beautiful. And then she's come out with a bigger quilt that's all log cabins, all in blue, too. And I think I'm just going to buy the pattern because I have plenty of blues, because that's my favorite color. I didn't bring that. Do you have that? The log cabin fabric? Okay, I forgot to bring that. This I found at the last one.
Is that the thimble or something?
Yeah, cotton thimble. There's all these panels of birds. I thought this would be cute to make into a quilt for my bench outside by my front door. And if you look, the lady says if you sew them all together, it's one piece. It's a tree. The tree all goes together, and the birds are all sitting on the tree. So we took a picture of that. And there's two sides to it, so you can have two trees. And then I just got some little to make bags. These are 4th of July colors.
Is that Lisa Bonjean?
Yeah, I think so.
From the gatherings?
Yep. And this is La Grande Soiree, just to make some bags. And this is Rustic Gathering, so these are all grays, blacks, oranges, like for Halloween, fall. So I thought those would be fun. And then I bought one of those scissors like Jeannie did.
Twiggy.
Yep. I got more magnets for my cross stitch. Well, and then this is cross stitch too, but I got a bunch of needles. Okay, that's what I got for my haul.
Okay, so I got some bird, but mine doesn't make a tree. It's just, I thought these would be kind of fun for bags.
Those are cute.
They seem real.
They got bluebirds. I like the bluebirds.
Bluebirds, and there's cardinals and
what are the yellow ones?
finch.
Goldfinches. They're shedding they're turning bright, and so are house finches. So this is so early. Oh, the roosters.
Oh, these would be cool bags.
Yeah, they would be cute. Cute roosters.
So
it's funny because you're in the store with these guys. Julie was with us, and I don't know what they buy because you're busy buying your own stuff, so you don't see what they buy.
Here's a couple little runner kits that were up there on display that were really cute. And then this one here is a simple charm. And then at Country Sampler, they had this, well, some call it cheater fabric, some call it reproduction, but it is the log cabin. And
then they had it sewn on the seams. So it looks, when you sew those seams, it looks like you pieced them. It was gorgeous. It was absolutely gorgeous. So we each bought some yardage because I thought I could make a bag and make a small quilt too.
Yep, and I was going to do a runner.
Yep.
And then at JJ Stitches, she also has reproduction fabric. And here is the apple core. So then I got a coordinating so I can make a bag.
Yep.
And then here is the hexie.
That's cute too.
And that I got coordinating. And then they had a star.
And those are fun because if you just stitch in the seams, it looks real when you're done stitching.
Yeah.
It really does.
And then I got a a kit It's Rendezvous is the name of it, but it's kind of this tealy
green.
Yeah, and birds. Really cute. So those are my fabric purchases on the birthday trip.
Okay, then we move on to just plans.
For stitching?
For stitching, I'm going to keep working on my samplers and my small. And if I finish that small, I'm going to do the Brenda Gervais Spring next, I think. That one is really cute. I like that one.
What are you going to do for quilting?
Quilting, I am working on, I showed it last time. I'm still working on a quilt that has a bunch of the little baby tea blocks and stuff.
Okay, and then you got your
applique in the middle.
You got your one quilt fully quilted and bound. So you're making
my ring quilt is totally quilted and bound, and I have the pillow shams totally done. I'm just starting to make the big pillow. It's 22 by 44, and it has a basket made out of rickrack, and then the stems of the applique flowers are rickrack too. So once I get that done, then it's all going on my bed. I didn't bring it today because it's heavy. It's a big king. So I will show it when we do next month at my house.
You get the pillow shams quilted.
Yeah, I quilted the pillow shams, and I made them 4.5 inch, well, 4 finish blocks, all darks. I did dark squares, and then I did a really tiny quilting. I can show that on them, and I wanted them dark because then when I put that big pillow in front of them, the big pillow will be light. So I just wanted all the darker blackbird colors in my pillow shams. And they're quilted, they're sewed together. I just finished working on the last binding on one of them last night, so they're totally done too. So I just have that big pillow to do, and then I'm totally done.
So how much do you have done on the big pillow?
I don't have anything done. I just have the fabric picked out. That's all so far I got.
Okay.
We're doing some remodeling of our bathrooms. And
have you started?
Yes, I have 2 bathrooms kind of tore apart. And
oh, good for you. You've been talking about this for years.
Yeah, it's happening, and it's not fun. Some of it's fun, but some of it's not so fun. We have a new counter coming next Friday.
For the upstairs?
Yeah, we went and picked out granite, and they're bringing it next Friday, and I'm ripping off wallpaper. And then downstairs we had wainscoting, and we took out 2, I don't like those plate mirrors, the big mirrors they put in your house. I've been wanting those gone for years. Well, my son came last Saturday. He and I took off those 2 plate mirrors. We took them out in the garage, and we hammered them all into bits, and so they're gone. They went up with the garbage on Tuesday. Replaced the toilet, put in new toilet in one. We already replaced 2 other toilets a year ago. And then down the basement, we had wainscoting, and that goes 5 feet up. So then now this big plate mirror is gone, so I put new wainscoting in there. I caulked it all yesterday. So now I have to primer it and paint it to match the other wainscoting.
And then hang a mirror, and then that bathroom will be done?
Yeah, we have an old mirror that I've had for years that I wanted to hang there. That's a whole nother story, but that is ready to go after I paint. I mean, the screws are in, we tested it, it's all level and everything, so I just have to paint. Upstairs is the wallpaper. That's going to take me a while, but I'm working on it. And there's going to be a different mirror there too, and I have that. I found that at a thrift store.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's an old mirror, and that will hang in the upstairs guest bathroom. And that's where the new toilet went, and that's where the new counter is going to go. So. And
that's where the major work is.
The major work is the wallpaper, yeah.
But I mean that bathroom, the downstairs bathroom can be done with sooner.
Yeah, the downstairs bathroom just had to have the wainscoting put on and the mirror put up. Yeah, so the old mirror, it weighs a ton. And so we really had to put some beefy things in there to hold it up so it doesn't go crashing to the ground. But that's been an interesting, and my husband can't, with Parkinson's, they can't handle several things at once. Is that what I should say? He has trouble with that we're doing too many things at once. And that's why I had my son come, because then he can kind of relax a little bit and not get flustered, because he gets flustered. So everything now that's left is me. So he's done with whatever he thought he could help with or wanted to help with. I just have to finish taking off the wallpaper and then paint and prime. And I've always done that. He's never done that. So, his part's probably done. So I'm hoping he'll kind of calm down because we still have the big plate mirror in our master bath, and I'm not going to take that off because when we built the house, they first thought we have 2 sinks in our master bath, and they thought we would only have 1 light up there. So they put a hole in there. And then the designer lady, the lighting lady said, no, you need 2 lights. So they just put a metal thing over that hole. And if we take that plate mirror off, we've got to deal with that big hole, that big oval metal plate. And I thought, I'm going to leave that plate mirror on, but I'm going to order an old looking frame to frame it. So I just got some samples, and now they're in the bathroom, and I'm looking at them. But I figured at least if I put something more old looking around it, I think I will like it better. And that will solve the problem. I'd have to hire somebody to figure out how to do that metal hole. It's big. It's a big oval hole. And they put a metal plate over it. And I know it's there because when you go out in the garage, you can see it. So I don't want to deal with that. I'm kind of done dealing with that kind of stuff. So I'm going to live with that big plate mirror and just put a nice, pretty old-fashioned looking frame around it. So, and if you ever do that, I was looking at, it's called Mirror Mate is where I ordered the frames from. And I was looking at them one day and I didn't do anything. Well, the next day in my email, they sent me, I could get 4 samples for free. And normally you have to pay like $5 to $10 for these samples. So I ordered 4 samples and they were free. So go through and scroll and look at things and wait, because these companies want you to buy stuff. They send you samples for free. So I got to pick 4 samples and they came. It didn't cost me anything. And they're nice big chunks of frames. So.
And you have room for a wider frame in there or not?
I have lots of room for a wider frame.
Okay, top and bottom?
Yep.
Okay.
I have 2 of the samples came and they're really wide. I didn't like them. So there's 2 that I really like. So I just have to decide which one. And then that'll be done because there's nothing else in the master bath that needs to be done. Everything else is...
And these have been on your to-do list since before you quit working.
Yeah, they have been. And my husband just kind of, everything is good enough. So trying to convince him that, no, it's 20 years old, things need to kind of get updated. And I mean, I've wanted to do this stuff for a long time. I mean, we did the plate mirrors because I knew, you know, you're trying to save money when you're building and you know you can do some of this stuff later on. So guess what? The later on has arrived.
Yeah. It's here.
It's frustrating though. So I'm happy. I'm very happy it's getting done. I loved looking at granite. Oh, that brought back memories of building when you're walking down all those granite slabs. Oh, I was in 7th heaven. That was fun.
You never did that.
Oh, that was so much fun. I loved it. And I got to do it again.
Okay, so that will keep you busy other than quilting and stitching?
Yes, it does. During the day, that's what I'm doing, is I'm ripping wallpaper.
So we'll be back after Easter.
Yep. And it'll be beautiful outside. It should be. Okay, gang, I think, you know, we can babble on forever. So I think we'll just say bye. And again, it was Julie McLean, 679, that won the turtle bag, and Nan King, 4954, that won the flamingo bag. So if you will send it to my email, your address, we will mail them out.
Your physical address. My
physical email. We want your physical address. This is my email, and it'll be down in the description box when this goes up. And I hope you get to see the inside of those eggs. I hope that works. So everybody, fingers crossed. All right, we'll see you in a month. Bye.
Happy Easter.